Hi guys, our topic is on administration of deposits. We are still under general banking law in our subject Philippine banking laws. This is Dr. Greg Bakay. On administration of deposits, we have specimen signature ID photos. So all banking institutions are required to have at least 3 specimen signatures for its members, for its clients or customers every 5 years or sooner. So mga depositor, ang mga bangko mo require na siya og 3 specimen signature, updating of signatures every 5 years or sooner, no? Depende sa bangko. Banks may also require submission of ID photos. The first-time depositors require the presentation of at least 2 valid ID. But the passage of the Philippine ID system, the banks will now require 1 ID, that of the Philippine ID system. Students who are beneficiaries of OFW are also required to present 2 valid IDs, one primary and the other is secondary, just to verify. Submission is one-time basis only. How about minors and corporations as depositors? Minor depositors can have savings and time deposit accounts without assistance of parents if 7 years old, able to read and write, sufficient discretion, and not otherwise disqualified by law. Parents can still deposit money to minor. Now, for depositors, for deposits of minors in thrift banks, guardian may make notice that payment, including deposits, interest, and dividends, be made to him and not to the minor. Corporations may open bank accounts as follows during incorporation stage and during the post-incorporation stage. But usually, corporations may open bank accounts usually supported with the corporation resolution or the company resolution. And the articles of incorporation and bylaws will be presented as part of the requirements. Time of payments of interest in time deposits. So, interest on time deposits may be paid upon maturity. Okay? When the time deposit has matured, that's the time that the bank will pay. Withdrawal or advance, provided that the interest paid in advance shall not exceed interest for 1 year. So, advance payments on interest on time deposits can be done provided that it will not exceed interest for 1 year. Because anyway, the interest is being given. So, if you have a time deposit for 1 year and you can advance it is possible depending on the terms and conditions of the banks. Okay? Usually, it's time deposit and then you have to imong ikuan siya, imo siyang withdrawon before the maturity period, you will be paying, let's just like a penalty or a fine for that pre-termination. For the treatment of matured time deposits, okay, treatment of matured time deposits. Time deposits not withdrawn or renewed on its due date shall be treated as a savings deposit and shall earn interest until actual withdrawal with the rates of savings deposit. We all know in the banking system that the time deposit is quite higher than the savings or regular deposit. So if the time deposit has matured and the depositor has not withdrawn it, no? So it will be considered as a regular savings deposit at a prevailing rate of interest for savings deposit. But it depends case-to-case basis on the depositor and the bank. If the terms and conditions so stipulated that it will be a rollover, meaning to say pag mature pilay iyahon nga interest, idugang to siya sa principal, muna po to siya bago na po nga bago na po niya nga time deposit amount. So, that's a case-to-case basis. But according to the rule, once it is not being withdrawn or renewed, automatically, it will form part as savings account utilizing the interest rate for the savings account, not on the time deposit. Okay? So, clearing cut-off time, all deposits and withdrawals during regular banking hours shall be credited or debited to accounts on the date of receipt or payment. Okay? So, if there is BSP clearing arrangement, not earlier than 2 hours before BSP clearing time in head offices and 3.5 hours in branches. This is if there is a BSP clearing arrangement. If there is no BSP clearing arrangement, 2 hours before local clearing time. So, in terms of booking cash deposits received after clearing cut-off time shall be booked as deposits on day of receipt. I repeat that. How to book cash deposits? Cash deposits received after clearing cut-off time shall be booked as deposits on day of receipt. Let me continue. Booking of non-cash deposits. Example of non-cash deposits, we have on-us checks, managers or cashiers checks, demand drafts received after clearing cut-off time, may at the option of the bank be booked on the day of receipt. Take note, it is case to case. May at the option of the bank be booked on the day of receipt. Other non-cash deposits are treated as contingent accounts on the day of receipt and shall be booked as deposits the following day. Next, booking deposits after regular banking hours. Deposits, whether cash or not, received after close of regular banking hours shall be treated as contingent accounts and booked the following day. So, if the regular banking hours 3 o'clock and you deposit at 3:01 or 3:04, that will be considered as contingent account and shall be booked the following banking day. Average daily balance. Banks may impose and collect service charge or maintenance fee on savings and current accounts that fall below minimum monthly average daily balance. But according to a new circular of the BSP, this will only be not more than 30 pesos for average daily for the penalty. It must be properly disclosed in the term of deposit once you are opening your deposit. And for dormant accounts, before it will fall below 2 consecutive months. But right now for dormant accounts, the account is considered dormant when the account is already 5 years without any movement. Then that's the time that the bank can impose a dormancy charge. Let's talk about survivorship agreement. There is a survivorship agreement when joint owners of a deposit agree that either of them could withdraw any part or whole of account during lifetime of both, and the balance upon death of either belongs to the survivor. So take note, this is a survivorship agreement and this is an aleatory contract. So in law, you will learn about aleatory contract, but we will not discuss here for that. Survivorship agreement is per se not contrary to law, but it may be violative. Agreement can be a mere cloak to hide in officious donation to transfer property in fraud. Okay, so but case-to-case basis na kasi ang survivorship agreement. So what are the natures of bank deposits? Deposits are considered simple loans and not preferred credits. Deposits are considered simple loans, not preferred credits. Bank deposits are in the nature of irregular deposits as they are loans who earn interest, decided by the Supreme Court, Bank of the Philippine Islands versus Court of Appeals. The relationship between depositor and savings and loan association is that of a debtor and creditor. Contract between bank and its depositors are governed by the new civil code. Bank ultimately acquires ownership of deposits but has obligation to pay back equal amount, and banks can set off or compensate. What are the duties of banks? Meticulous care with deposits of clients due to fiduciary relationship, as discussed in the previous videos. Banks must give payment to the proper party. Thus, collecting bank has obligation to ascertain that the drawer truly intended that the depositor is the payee. In case of death of depositor and the bank knew of it, there shall be no further withdrawal of the account. Administrators or heirs can withdraw up to 20,000 without certification. Okay? Secrecy of bank deposits. This is under the Bank Secrecy Law. The purpose of the Bank Secrecy Law will be discussed in our preview or our next video, specifically on the secrecy of bank deposits. That's all for this video. Thank you very much.